Hey, are you tired of chasing the algorithm? Do you want to be what this book here says, an enemy called average? Well, it's not going to work if you are constantly looking out the window at what other people are doing when you're trying to do your creative work. When I started my podcast, it was called Poetic Earthlings at the time. Even before I started the first minute of the show, I asked my beautiful wife, and way before then, because I've always wanted to do something in the realm of podcasting, but I wasn't sure what to do. I could look out of the window, I could look at where the algorithm is going and all the popular trends, but then I said to her, I'm not sure what to do. And she said, well, you have over 400 stories. And your stuff is bizarre, it's weird, and what about if you just lean into that? And I say, you know what? You have a point. I'm going to lean into something that I already enjoy fully. I didn't have to get permission to do that either. It wasn't if the market was saying, okay, this is where York needs to be. This is exactly where he needs to go because my stuff does not fit. It's sort of like taking a square peg and trying to fit it where it doesn't belong. That's what society tries to do to creators. And it's destroying so many potential unique voices online. Because you are unique. God has made you remarkable. There's no one quite like you. But if you look out the window or look at where the wind is blowing, then you're just going to conform. It seems that these days, conformity is on the rise. I see it in popular music, in the arts, in YouTube, in podcasting. We all want to be like somebody else. We're all chasing after it. But we can never be, as I said, what this book is called, an enemy called average if we do that. No, not at all. True trendsetters, they pave their own way. They don't look where the wind is blowing. They create their own energy. Speaking about an energy, I know that my son Elijah, who's really into science, will like this analogy a lot. Take a look at a star. A star is much different than a moon. And if Elijah was here, he could explain this even better than I can. But a star by itself has its own gravity built inside. So it's constantly burning bright. It doesn't rely on outside forces to give it that energy. It has that energy inside of it. Unlike the moon, the light of the moon is from the sun itself. Now, how does all of this work? If you want to be a person that burns brightly, you cannot rely on somebody else's light. You cannot rely on the almighty algorithm and other voices to get you there. That energy has to come inside of you. It has to burn brightly. So, to backtrack here a little bit, when my wife said for me to lean into my weirdness, just lean into it, that was the energy that was inside. So I did so. And I know that my stuff, and I say this many times on my podcast, that it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's unusual stories. It's bizarre. Some stories you have to scratch your head and say, what is York getting at? Because it's not conventional. Even when I wrote a romance story not too long ago, and I'm not into romance stories, but I made it very strange. It was a sci-fi romance, but it had elements that probably people were not comfortable with. I took the romance in a completely different direction. But then, here's the thing. If you were to lean in hard, aggressively, some people may say, well, this is just way too much for me, and they will exit. But that's okay. Let them go, because they're not your audience. Your audience, if you were just to say, I'm going to do this, whatever it is, whatever sparks your interest, you're going to find those people. They're out there. It may take some time. When I was putting together even this YouTube video, I was looking at what was trending. And I said, well, I could do this because everyone is talking about politics. I could talk about these other topics because weight loss and personal financing, because these are hot. Or I could talk about sports. Everyone likes sports, but that's not where my compass goes. When I say a compass, we have that compass. So picture that, your compass and the magnets around you. The magnets are the people that are doing other things. So the compass needle could be influenced by that. But you have to find your true north. What is your true north? Mine is writing bizarre, crazy stories, not the everyday conventional stories. That's my true north. And if I were to go against that, yeah, I could probably gain an audience if I were to go against the true north. But I wouldn't really fulfill my soul's desire. I'll be like everybody else. We as creators, we can't be chasing after the boats, right? After the people. No, we have to be a lighthouse. If you are a lighthouse, then people will look for you. And as I said a while back, we need to forget about being content creators, or content providers. You are an artist. You're not a content deliverer. I don't even like that term. You are a legitimate artist. You are a creator. And you need to lean into that. Forget about what the market says. We need to just to cut the cord and do our own thing and shine brightly like a diamond in the sky. And if we do that, we're going to fulfill two things. First of all, we are going to do the things that is inside of us, that we long for. And secondly, you're going to be surprised by this, but you will find your audience, because there's people that have been longing to look and search for something radically different. And that is you. As I said, it pains my heart when I see so many creators out there, so many rappers as well, and writers, and they're just doing the same thing. And I heard some of them in interviews and even in person, and they said, York, man, you don't know, I have to chase after this. Remember what I told you about many videos ago? I met this romance writer. He's not even into romance books. He doesn't read romance novels. And I said to him, why in the world are you writing romance books if you're not even into the genre? And he says, York, man, I got to get the money. It's all about the Benjamins. That's what he said to me. He's not doing it for the love of writing romance novels. He just wants to get paid. So there you have it, right? That's the epitome. And also there's somebody else. I was reading a book of this lady who has incredible artwork. I mean, $1 million paintings in her house. But it's not for herself. She doesn't even like it. And then somebody says, you have all this artwork, $1 million piece of art on your wall. And she says, yeah, I do this for other people. That's what she said. She said, if other people come over to my house, I want them to see that I have reached this level of status. I don't want you to be like that. You see this painting behind me? This is the Singing Butler. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but this is the Singing Butler painting. And when my wife and I were picking out what we want to decorate our house, we didn't think about other people. We just thought about what is good for us, what we like, what sets our soul on fire. I want you to do that as well. There's a lot of people that say you will need to create artwork, create our stories for other people. I thought so as well, because it's a good argument. It's a lucrative argument when it comes to the economy. But is it legitimate? Let's think about that for a while. Rather than creating for other people, let's create for ourselves first. We have to like it. It doesn't matter if a whole bunch of other people like what we're doing and we despise it. We have to appreciate it. A couple of months ago, I was going to do another type of podcast. It was going to be about social issues and politics, and I was ready to go because I thought that's where the market was leading, and I could probably do well. But then my son, thankfully for my incredible son, who's very insightful, he talked me out of it. So I pulled myself back from the ledge. In fact, he did by implying that this is not my true north. Why are you doing this, Dad? You are a writer. You're not into social and political issues to talk about them on camera or in a podcast. And I said, yeah, Elijah, you're right. And in fact, I built everything. It was all set to go. The whole entire thing. But then I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to listen to my smart son and do what I was created to do. And that's telling stories. Incredible, off the wall stories. I want you to do that as well. Can you do that for yourself? Leave your comments down below. I would definitely like to hear from you. Whatever crazy idea you have, it's your idea. And here's a challenge. Let's say for the next 30 days, do something, let's just call this a creative vault. A creative vault. What this is that you're going to work on a story, a rap song, a poem, whatever creativity it is, and you're not going to tell anyone for 30 days. You're just going to work on this. What this achieves, it takes you away from getting your feedback, your social drug from social media, because you're just doing this just for yourself for 30 days. This is going to help you to appreciate art, your art, to get into the things that you love. Because before all of this algorithm and social media, that's what artists used to do. They were alone. Look at Michelangelo, right? He was alone when he was creating his masterpiece, his magnum opus. All of the famous artists were like that. They didn't get the likes and the appreciation. No. So for 30 days, 30-day challenge, write a poem, write a rap song, write whatever you want to do, whatever it is that you do, but don't share it online. Keep it in a vault. And then let me know what you think. Also, thank you very much for continuing to watch these videos. I appreciate you very, very much. Also, I appreciate all the comments as well. If you have the time and if you want to hear something that's a little bit different than everything that I'm doing here, that kind of sums up my experience as an artist, then listen to Welcome to Earth Stories. All the details is in the show description. It's a sci-fi audio drama that I've been doing since 2017. And in fact, we're going on season 9 later on this year. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.